3, 2.
Good. Yeah.
We're going. It's all here. It's happening right now. It is season 2, episode 12. Yeah, the dozen mark. I don't know what that means. I don't think that's a thing, but it is 12 shows. I do know that. And tonight, I know it's Whiskey Wednesday, but we're going with another beer night, my friends, because I'm feeling like a beer. Actually, side story. Some folks were coming. I knew they were big beer fans, so I had a very special drink, and I hope they feel bad, although they shouldn't, because I know they didn't make it. So I'm not trying to make you feel guilty, but you're never allowed back on the show again. So, just kidding again. Make the donation. Anybody's allowed on this show. But are you ready for this? We're doing ale punch. What? Trust me, it's good, it's delicious, and it's happening in the Blue Monkey Quarantina, where the only business is monkey business. Let's do this. Oh man. Yeah, so this was going to be, well, it is going to be a good one. I tell you what, I wanted something fun tonight. I wanted to go beer. And here's what I found out. There's some good old beer drinks, all right? So we're going back to 1862, back to our boy Jerry Thomas. Jerry Thomas, remember? Now, he wrote The Bartender's Guide in 1862. And back then, by the way, this was the guide for cocktails. And again, how far back is this? Look, remember this little chart back here, folks, right? This was for the Tuxedo, which was a very, very old plastic drink. It was in 1900. Jerry's book already been out for 38 years. He's not even on here, right? So, first chapter of A Bartender's Guide is all punches. So remember, I told you about this. Punches are like the original cocktail. So it's big drinks and all that. Now we're going to pare it down. We're going to make it into cocktails. But that's where this started. And out of all these punches, there's like 78 of them that he put recipes for. One of them was ale punch. Used a little beer, and we're going to make it tonight. Little side note, the book, A Bartender's Guide, by Jerry Thomas, 1862, sold for $2.50, brand new. With inflation, that same cocktail book today would cost you $51.68. Why would I tell you that? Because we have a cocktail coming out very soon. It will not be $2.50, I promise you. But it's not going to be $51.68 either. We're going to have a great deal. I don't know what it is yet, but I promise you it'll be good. Anyway, here we are. So, we're going to make a beer cocktail. Now, we've done it before, but one thing I didn't really share with you is that there are actually several different types of beer cocktails that you can make. How many different beer cocktails can you make, Paul? Well, there are 7. So they say, I don't know who they are, but they say there are 7 beer cocktails out there. What are they? First are prepared beer cocktails. So a prepared beer cocktail is when beer is the main ingredient, and then you typically would add just a few other ingredients. For example, a Boilermaker, that is a prepared beer cocktail. A Michelado? Did I say it right?
Michelada.
Michelada. Or Red Eye. Those are all prepared beer cocktails. You can also have a topped beer cocktail. That is when literally you would pour the beer on top of a cocktail that pretty much stands on its own. For example, you can take the Dark and Stormy, which we've done, episode or whatever, it was early. But you can take that one and you can make what's called a Dark and Stouty by pouring a stout beer on top of your drink. I haven't done it. Sounds delicious. You can also do an incorporated beer cocktail. Now, incorporated is where you actually would add the beer to the drink and you would actually shake it. It would be one of the ingredients. Now, I normally tell you don't ever shake it because there's fizz and all that. But a lot of cocktails will want you to do that, and it gives it that almost like that egg white foam layer. So this is kind of big in tiki drinks. So like you can make a Mai Tai IPA, which is a Mai Tai, they'll add some IPA, and then they'll shake it, and it's incorporated, and then it gives it a nice frothy, I don't care, but I'm going to go through all 7, because that's what I'm doing for you. Yeah, you're welcome. Then you can do the flip. a flip. Now, I promise you, I probably will never do one of these, but a beer flip cocktail is actually when you add egg to the beer. And I'm not saying like the egg white, the whole beer or the whole egg. You add it, you mix it, and this is a thing. And I know I've not done it. Don't know that I will. But anyway, it is something that you can do. Beer nog, I believe, is one of the drinks that you can make. So if anybody wants beer nog on holidays, we'll figure it out. You can do hot beer cocktails where they literally heat up the beer. Now, this is very old, actually. And there are old articles, so I saw in my 8 minutes of research, where people back in the day, and I'm talking like 1600s, said to avoid drinking beer cold, and that it's better for you if you drink it warm or heated. But a true hot beer cocktail actually has a special name. It's called
Gross?
Yeah, gross. It begins with a G, but it's pronounced Geneer. It's Geneer. And they actually, you heat up the beer and add spices to it. Again, horrible, we won't do it. Then you can do a beer syrup cocktail, where you'd actually take the beer, boil it down, end up with the syrup, like a simple syrup, and then you would mix that in with it, and that could probably be delicious. And then the last one is probably the oldest one. It's one we're doing tonight, and that is a beer punch cocktail. What's the difference with that? A beer punch cocktail is when you add, it's quite a bit of beer, and there's several other ingredients. And again, typically a punch, we would make a big bowl of this. The original recipe for ale punch actually calls for, I believe, a quart of beer. We're just not doing that. So we're going to pare it down and make it a cocktail. So that's the punch idea. Again, another fun one, which I just want to make because it sounds good. It's called Blow My Skull. And that's a actual old beer punch. Might do that one some other day. Anyway, here we are. We're making it. What, Paul, just make me a drink. I'm thirsty. I'm tired of listening to you. What do you need for the drink? Ale. We're going Old Speckled Hen. Recommended as a great ale for these drinks, just the way it was made. Brandy. You can use Carol, Karen, but we're going to go with brandy. Nothing. That was horrible. Brandy, or you go cognac, but we're going to go brandy. You need a dry white wine, lemons, and then, so, yeah. So the original recipe actually calls for maidenhair fern, which sounds, I don't know, exotic, erotic, illegal. I don't know what maidenhair fern, actually I do what it is, it's a plant. And I love to go very old school, and I'm like, freak it, I'm going to make it, I'm getting me some maidenhair fern. Well, it's a plant, you can get it, but it's a rare fern. And anyway, it's partly edible. Now, when I say partly edible, what you can do is you can take it, you can boil it down, you can make a syrup. So I was kind of reading about this. Again, this is about 45 seconds of thing. And then I came across the thing is it edible? And here's what it said. If ingested, it is, and it was in capital letters, in quotes, likely safe. I just don't know that I'm winging it for likely safe. So people have made this as well, and there is a kind of a way to get around it. Really, the whole point of the maiden hair fern, it's you cook it into it with sugar, you make a syrup, and it's sweet, and it's got an orange flavor or smell to it. So we're going to use simple syrup, and we're going to use some trusted orange flower water. We're going to get the same thing. So let's make the drink. So what do you need to do? All right, so first of all, let's put a little ice into these glasses. Maidenhair fern. I felt weird just searching it on the internet. I'm just saying, it just didn't even seem right. But, you know, I probably look for work. All right, Here we go.
Randy tuned in at the perfect moment. By the way.
Now, beers last, all right? So what we're starting off with, and this is to make 2. It's a half an ounce of everything per drink. We're making 2. I'm going to measure them at the same time tonight. So every time I do this, it is for me and Shelby all at once. So it's 1 ounce of brandy. It is 1 ounce of a dry white wine.
Thank you, Skeleton.
I know. Thank you, Skeleton Root. I am sorry I am using your beautiful, delicious wine in this. I know it's delicious all on its own. Then we're going to go 1 ounce of simple syrup. Then again, for the flavor, we're going to go with just some shakes of that. I went with, I don't know, you can go back and count. I think it did 4, 5, 6, I don't know. And then lemon, 1 ounce, which is going to be probably a lemon. This lemon's a little large. I'll put some extra beer in it. This is probably about a quart of lemon right here. Hold on. Oh, bless me.
Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry for the shake.
Whew, that was probably, but just because we have it, we're going to do it. All right, that. And then the last thing, and I got to give Jerry Thomas some kudos, because I actually was able to pull up, Shelby vouch for me here, you saw it, I
saw his original recipe book.
Yeah, I have a copy of the original book, and it was hard to find, but I was going through, it's a big book, and I actually saw notations to emergency. This guy was on it. I mean, now, he didn't use it in every drink, he used it sparingly. You know, back in 1862, this was harder to come by, you know. But emergency, again, thanks for not sponsoring us. And guess what? They didn't sponsor Jerry Thomas. I just don't know. So anyway, we're gonna give it a little sprinkle right here. Orange. It's gonna be delicious.
That smells good from here.
Right? I mean, you can already smell it and feel it. Lemons, syrup, everything. It's very, very sticky. It's fantastic. Then we're gonna come in, give it a shake. Now again, we haven't added the beer yet, so this is our base. Get it nice and cold. Come back. Oh, deliciousness in the glass. And then what you're going to do, actually smells good. Right? Okay. Then you're coming in with the ale.
That's nitro.
It's nitro. I didn't shake it. It's all good, folks. Nobody panic. Everything's under control here. We're in good shape. Nitro beer. So, and then we're going to put that frothiness right on top. Last bit of excitement for the night. Take a lemon for garnish. You go peel, you go wheel, you go wedge. I don't know, probably some other things, but those are my limits of words I can come up with right now. So we're gonna go wheel right on the side of it. Sunshine in a glass is what that looks like. Does it not look freaking delicious? Are you scared? You're nervous, aren't you? I am.
Who are you nervous? Wait, are you asking me or are you asking the audience?
I mean, it's a gorgeous looking drink, right? Hell yeah, it's a gorgeous looking drink. Smells good. Obviously, beer, fragrant, right up front. Oh, easy drink. Oh, it's just a smooth. I'm gonna do one thing. I'm just kind of curious because I can see it's separated. So, you could probably grab a spoon, folks. Don't be this guy. You're not an animal. You don't have to. You got time. Go upstairs, get a spoon, stir it up proper. But I got a show to put on, and this is what I got. So, got to give it the mix. Got to give the mix. That's all ale.
Can you mix the other one?
Well, I will, but not for, I need it for a photo op afterwards.
Okay.
Come on, you know how this works. But folks, that's good. Now, got to give the last shout out. I know we've talked about Jerry Thomas, but I just got to remind everybody, it's not Jerry Thomas, it's Jerry the Professor Thomas. He's like the father of cocktails. This guy, I mean, he literally wrote the book. But remember, I've told you about this. This is our Blue Blazer cocktail guy, right? He's the one who created the Blue Blazer, where he poured it from one. That's one of his cocktails. Whiskey on fire from one to the other. Blue Blazer, that's his whole thing. The guy was a showman. He went to London at a guest appearance at the American Bar, right? They brought him in. When he gets there, he hires a hot air balloon to basically take all these pamphlets up in the air and drop them, announcing that he was going to be appearing at this bar. This guy was over the top. I mean, he was awesome. Last thing I'll give you about him, and this is awesome. So, his book, which I've now sat and I've started to read it, and not a lot of pictures, so kudos to me. But anyway, the preface of the book, I'm not going to quote it, but I'm going to give you just a couple of, one of the main thoughts of it, is he said this. He said, this book is not intended to try to persuade, and I admit, he said the man, but it persuade anyone to drink cocktails and juleps and punches. And I love the word he uses, and he talks about the intimate relations that occur with your cocktails. He said it's not persuade you to join into these intimate relations with your cocktails. However, as he said, if you're going to go ahead and make a drink and enter into these intimate relationships with your drinks, by gosh, make sure it's a great drink, use good ingredients, zip it. Make sure it's a good drink and use fresh ingredients. This is 1862. This guy was on it. So anyway, Jerry Thomas, rock star. You're right there. I know where Ernest, I know where Papa got it now. It was from you. So I'm going to kick back with your ale punch.
Chink.
Cheers to everyone. We will see you Sunday. Hope everybody has a good week. It's Wednesday. We'll get you through hump day, right? So you've been humped. That sounds bad. But I don't care. Good night, everybody.